Hi guys, my name is Miracle. Welcome to A Dash of Colors. If you're a consistent listener, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm happy to have you listening. Please do not forget to subscribe so you can get notifications on Wednesdays and on Fridays when we upload episodes. So I took a little break off. That was about 2 weeks, and I know that I was supposed to actually upload episodes every week, but somehow I've been a little bit under the weather and I wanted to think through a lot of things. And I had mental blocks, guys, so I really had nothing to share. But we're going to talk about pressure, and I'm talking about pressure as regarding marriage. A typical African or even a Nigerian might understand more than a foreigner would ever do. And I think it's crazy that people try to sell you the idea that you are not a complete person until you have been attached to someone. And they have sold this narrative for years. And tons of people have actually accepted this as right or the proper thing to do. And I have seen people time and again suffer for this pressure because most of them have to go into marriages because they feel like they are out of time. And then what puzzles me the most is, why would you marry someone that at the end of the day you still feel single? Like, you still take care of yourself. You still need to pay for your own bills. You still need to take care of your child because obviously the man is not that interested in it. Or at the end of the day, you're still doing everything a single person does. And I really don't understand it. Are we really just getting married because of the title? I thought companionship is supposed to aid and to help. But it seems like more and more people are falling victims of this pressure where people remind them of how they are above age. And the normal trend is you're approaching 30 and you should feel miserable because somehow you're not married and you don't even have an active relationship. And these people say these things. I know someone even went as far as giving my number to a total stranger without even informing me because she felt like I was 25 and at my age I should be married. And the amazing thing is, the lady in question is way older than I am and she's not even married. So I don't understand where people are getting these ideas from. I understand the marriage is beautiful, marriage is awesome, marriage is whatever, right? But when you are selling the narrative that you are running out of time to be married, that is what I have a problem with. Because I have first-hand experience of people who listened to this narrative and they are so miserable right now. So if marriage comes your way, if the right person comes your way and you want to be married, of course, go ahead. But do not do it because someone around you is getting married. Or because you feel like all your parents are married and you're still single. Or you feel like your parents are going to keep disturbing you or trying to compel you to settle for just anyone because of age. Right? I know that people believe that once you're above 30, you're miserable, especially if you don't have a husband. And one thing I really don't understand is why people have failed to get that not everybody wants to be married. Some people actually just like being on their own. People actually love independence. People want to probably have a child and not have a husband or a wife. I don't see how that's a problem. You know, When people are saying that people are divorcing, there's a high rate of divorce, and everybody's saying that, and everybody's complaining, what's going on? It wasn't the same thing when our parents were this or that. It makes me very upset because what's going on is pretty much obvious. You convince someone that they are miserable until they are with someone else, and then they get married to this person and they still realize that they are still miserable and they still feel alone. So at the end of the day, what's the point of being with someone if I still feel single, if I still feel like I have to figure out everything on my own? Because that's the narrative everybody sells. Get married and the life will become a little bit more easier for you. And every day people are dabbling, people are going into relationships blindly because they feel like something is wrong with them because they can't seem to have and keep a man. And it is amazing that people educated actually say things like this. I want a society that understands that people's decisions should be their choice. The way they want to live should be their choice. Like, you do not have to tell someone when to have a child, when to be married, how many kids they should have, or the kind of jobs they should do. It is really not your business. I said this a while ago on Twitter, and it said, you cannot tell an adult how to be an adult. I don't care how elderly you think you are. I don't care how old you believe you are. But everybody makes choices based off what they feel is best for them. So when you're trying to make someone feel like, hey, you're not part of us because you're not married or you do not have any children, that is so wrong, guys. I know that people probably have happy marriages. Actually, I don't think up to 90% have happy marriages, but let's just say that people have happy marriages, but I don't believe that anyway. I believe that if we have 100 people who are married, 90% are actually unhappy and miserable. And these are usually the kind of people who jump into marriage because everybody's getting married or they are running out of time. They don't take their time to think through, to understand if this person is truly who they want to spend their life with. Okay? So, am I sounding like I have a problem with marriage? Of course not. I don't. But I have a problem with the narrative that we are running out of time. Because sincerely, we are not. And I don't believe everybody has to have a husband or a wife. And I don't believe everybody has to have children. I believe that people should be allowed to make choices. You know, when you make a choice, it's easier to stick to it. Like choices that are not based off pressure. When you on your own decide that this is what you want for yourself, you tend to judiciously follow through it. So when you meet someone that you truly, truly love and want to spend your life with, it is your choice. And it means that you're willing to do as much as you can to ensure that it works. But when you're dabbling into things as serious as marriage, because someone somewhere sent you a message asking you why you're still single and you're feeling so pressured, that doesn't make any sense to me, really. And I think that that's very unfair. So let us try and fix this wherever we find ourselves, especially for younger men, people who listen to me. When you are opportune or when you are privileged to meet older ones who compel younger girls to go and get married, please try to correct the impression that marriage is enough to make someone happy. Because if I believe that the only time that I would ever be happy is when I have a man or when I have a ring on my finger, that is when I'm going to be happy. It means I'm going to probably be miserable for a very long time. So happiness is very intrinsic. It has nothing to do with people around. Yes, they might bring in shades of it, but it is entirely our job to find things that actually make us happy and to truly enjoy our lives. So if you find a woman that you love, that's great. But if you don't, or well, it's taking time, then focus on other things, getting to know yourself, getting to love yourself, to love your body, to love every single thing about you, to make money if that's what's important to you. But do not succumb to the pressure that says that you're running out of time to do anything. I know I'm talking about marriage today, but most times in Africa, there's literally pressure to do so many things. But for younger women and some men, it is also marriage. So if you haven't subscribed to the Telegram community, guys, before I go, please click the link in the description of this episode and join the community. I'll be more than happy to have you as an audience. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and I can't wait to have you next time. Bye.